I have had Steger Mukluks for over 2 years, and they are the best boot for sub-freezing activities. I've had these boots out on many sub-zero adventures. And when used with warm socks, your feet will stay warm. According to Merriam-Webster, the definition of a mukluk is a sealskin or reindeer-skinned boot that is typically worn by indigenous people in Arctic areas such as Canada, Alaska, Greenland, and eastern Siberia. Steger Mukluks are made right here in Ely, Minnesota. If you're not familiar with Ely, Ely is one of the main entry points to the Boundary Waters Area Canoe Wilderness in the Superior National Forest. One of my favorite places to go camping in the summer and here in the winter. Steger is a world famous Arctic explorer. Will Steger has set many records for his expeditions across Antarctica, the North Pole, and Greenland. I paid for my mukluks myself, and I am not getting paid to do this video. Now you can see that mukluks are a little different looking than your typical boot. The top is made out of canvas, and the foot area and laces are made out of a moose hide leather. And the bottom are a soft, very flexible rubber bottom. They come with wool felt liners and wool felt insoles. Another thing that makes mukluks a little bit different is that moose hide on the bottom allows your feet to breathe. And that breathing is what keeps your feet warm. So not only are your feet going to be warm, but these mukluks are very light and that rubber sole is very flexible. I've worn my mukluks in deep snow with snowshoes on, and I've worn them with spikes on ice and in slippery areas. Since the mukluk comes up over your calf, there's no need to wear gaiters, and there isn't going to be snow coming on your calves and falling down through the top of your boot. Mukluks are made out of canvas and moose hide, so it's better to wear your mukluks when it's a little bit colder out and the snow is a little bit drier. Now, I spray waterproofer on the hide portion of my mukluks, and it works really well. However, you don't want to spray too much of that waterproofer on or rub a thick waterproofer on the hide, because it will limit the breathability of the mukluks and they won't be as warm. I try to avoid wearing my mukluks in parking lots and on sidewalks where they have been treated with chemicals and are dirty, just to keep that moose hide a little bit cleaner, which will keep me a little bit warmer. The soles on Steger Mukluks are made out of a very soft rubber. It's very flexible and very light, and it's very comfortable. They kind of remind me a little bit of moon boots from the 1980s. Now, when you're sitting around the campfire at night, you should be very careful, since that rubber's so soft, to not melt it on the campfire. That soft rubber can also be very slick if you're not wearing spikes when you're walking on ice. I really love my Steger Mukluks. I know many people who have purchased the less expensive military surplus version of mukluks. Some people really like them, and some people don't really like them very much. Now, I decided to go with the Steger Mukluks after my friend Toots, who lives up in Canada and is an avid outdoorsman and is out in the winter all the time, just raved about Steger Mukluks.
Hi guys, I'm Toots from Toots Outdoors, and I had a shout out from Midwest Backpacker Jeremy about my Steger Mukluks and why I chose to use them as my winter footwear for backpacking and winter camping. They've worked really well for me. So far they're the best thing for my hiking, my camping, my snowshoeing, and I really recommend them to other people. I've had them for about 3 years now and I can't say enough good things about them.
After I bought my Steger Mukluks, I saw what Toos was talking about, and I really loved my Mukluks and told my friends about them. And a bunch of those friends decided to buy them for themselves, and here's what they have to say about Steger Mukluks.
Why do I like the Steger Mukluks? For one, very, very high quality, and two, for conditions like this, really, really hard to beat for the warmth, comfort. You can't beat them. Why do I like my Steger Mukluks? Well, in conditions like this where you got 2 feet of snow and it's cold, your feet are toasty warm. If you buy Mukluks, I suggest getting them in a wide pair and size up. You want room for your toes to wiggle around so that they stay nice and warm. A nice wool insert will do you well. Inside of mine, I have some lamb's wool, so it's like stepping on a shag rug. And my feet have not gotten cold. Only got down to about 0, and they stayed warm. But we got down to negative 27, still warm. So, Steger Mukluks, they got my seal of approval.
I love my Steger Mukluks because they are literally the only winter footwear that fits my Frodo feet because they're 10 double wide.
Now you can come here to Ely and buy your Mukluks, or you can go on their website. Their website does have a sizing chart for measuring your feet. I recommend that you buy your Mukluks at least a size or a size and a half bigger than your typical shoe. This will allow you to put on some really heavy wool socks or to double layer your socks to keep your feet warm. Now I'd also recommend that you buy an extra set of the wool liners as well as some waterproofing spray. The liners are about $27 and the spray is about $15. Now I have the Arctic Mukluks, which are currently selling for $200. Hey, if you have any questions on Steger Mukluks, go ahead and ask that question in the description below and I'll try to answer it for you. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit subscribe, punch that bell notification, check me out on Instagram, check me out on Facebook. I hope that your feet stay warm and someday maybe you and I will see each other out on the trail.